Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Cells at Work, episode 3. So this is another one that's kind of on the short list to be dropped from reactions. Not altogether, I do plan on still checking it out either way, but might be dropped from reactions just to save on some time and everything. Yeah. It's probably just how it's going to end up having to be. Doesn't mean I don't like the show. It's just the reason for this one is because of its repetitive nature. With the first 2 episodes of the show, and granted that's only the first 2, so I'm not saying this decision yet, but with the first 2 episodes, it was very repetitive. It's like it was almost practically the same thing, and a couple different things happened, but in the end, it was kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? Germs get in, they cause havoc. Red blood cell is flustered by everything and not able to do much. White blood cell ends up defeating him with maybe a little bit of help. And in the end, the platelets are cute. That's all you really have to know, and that describes both of the first 2 episodes. And I'm thinking if it describes this 3rd episode as well, I'm probably going to drop it from the reaction lineup. Again, not a bad show, just a little too repetitive for my tastes, as well as I just don't think it'll make good for reactions if it's just consistently the same thing. We'll see where it goes, though. I don't know anything that's actually going to happen in this one. Yeah, I know nothing. But we're going to find out. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we will begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so this episode definitely did change the status quo a bit. The formula for the episode was much different. Red blood cell was barely there. White was there a bit, but it mostly focused on the T cells, and specifically naive T cell. And they were fighting the influenza virus with some help from macrophage and B cell. This episode was okay. Not bad or anything. It's just like, it just seems like more and more like this series is going to be a little just not exactly the same thing all the time, because obviously this wasn't quite the same, but it's like the same kind of concept. It's like, oh, fight viruses, have some trouble, win, and maybe have a little more trouble. That's pretty much it. There's some goofy comedy thrown in, some over-the-top stuff, but mostly it's just the same kind of basic concept if you really boil it down. And it's just a new kind of thing every week. It just keeps changing it up, just keeps doing something different, and it just feels like it's just this too much of an episodic type of story to really work as a reaction series. And don't get me wrong, I do not at all regret reacting to these first 3 episodes. But I think, honestly, it would just be better to drop it from reactions. I just don't think it works really well in terms of reactions. So, Cells at Work is now going to be dropped. This is the last one. Now, I'm going to be doing a quick change up here, though. Because of this, I will be moving High Score Girl to Sundays instead of having it on Saturdays, just to kind of balance things out a bit, because High Score Girl was on Saturdays before with My Hero and MLP, which will be coming back soon. But now with High Score Girl on Sundays, it just balances things out a little more again. So yeah. Again, this wasn't really bad, and I definitely love the reference to JoJo with the naive T-cell becoming the effector T-cell and all. and just his design was so JoJo inspired. Um, but again, it makes sense, as I said, because it's the same studio, David Productions. But still, this is like, see, where David Productions gives us this over the top, like eccentric as hell story based series with JoJo. This series is more along the lines of the goofy comedy, the goofy episodic comedy. Um, and again, it's not bad, but it just doesn't work as well for reactions. I like the characters. I like the concept of it. As I've said before, it's kind of like an anime version of Osmosis Jones. But it's not as captivating as it could or should be, to be fair. And I feel like it's just not good enough to keep going. You know what I mean? Not for a reaction, at least. I will continue watching it on my own time, though. So that being said, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode, episode 3 of Cells at Work. My mind blanked for a second there. Tell me your thoughts on all of that, and all of what I've mentioned before, and more in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in today. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles,